While on the trail of an interdimensional villain, the League is forced to travel to a blighted Earth. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Justice League issue number 61 and find out together, shall we? So then, as the comic opens up, we are in the Earth that young hero Naomi originally came from. I don't think it actually has a proper name yet, so I guess I'm going to have to keep calling it that. We see that Brutus, the big hulking villain who has twice now tried to break into Earth and take it over, isn't acting alone. In fact, he has a whole team behind him. Of which he is very much the dumb muscle, and McMurph, the woman who's actually running the tech side of this operation and opening up the portals, is the brains. McMurph and the others are quickly losing faith in Brutus, as twice now he has failed in battling the Justice League and even managing to stay in one of these other Earths for too long, but unfortunately they don't have many other options. Their own world is doomed and they gotta live somewhere, and soon. You know what, at first I was actually going to complain that McMurph and the others speak in Bendis speak, even going as far as to call Brutus Booby, but then again, it's not like they're from a crazy alternate world, they're just from a world that was a lot like us, with regular humans, so of course they're going to talk like regular people. Now, the League was actually able to come to this place with the help of Naomi at the end of the previous issue. The only problem is their teleportation ended up scattering them all over the place. Black Canary is the first to come to, and she ends up getting surrounded by a bunch of post-apocalyptic raiders working with Brutus. They know that Canary's not from around here, mainly because she's clean, and nothing is clean in this world in the apocalypse. Canary manages to beat them back with the use of her Canary Scream, which is admittedly more powerful than it's ever been before. In fact, superpowers being overcharged and overclocked in this world ends up being a recurring theme, which gives us something interesting to think about when we stop and consider that this world was originally destroyed by warring super people. Naomi is actually taking it the best out of anyone. Her powers don't seem to be overcharged, but her hands do seem to be coming in and out of existence all Marty McFly style, which is fairly strange. Naturally, returning to the place where her parents and her world died is giving her a hell of a lot of anxiety. Luckily, Batman is able to talk her through it with the power of DuckTales. No, really, Batman brings up DuckTales and she calms down. This seems a little silly at first, but then you stop and consider that Batman has a long history of counseling freaking out at-risk youth, and I mean, really try and freak out and think of the DuckTales theme song at the same time. You can't do, you're just gonna start humming it. Green Arrow gets a fun little aside wherein one of the raiders steals his bow and tries to use it against him, only to get a near fatal shock. Yeah, apparently Ollie's no idiot and has made sure to make it so his bow only fires with his fingerprints and no one else's. With Black Canary's scream giving away her position, everyone pretty much knows where they need to go. Unfortunately, that means bad guys as well, and heavy hitters like Superman are in no position to help. His powers are acting up so much that he can't actually open his eyes without fear of his heat vision cooking everything. Brutus decides to capitalize on this moment of weakness and takes Superman out once and for all. It's here too Clark brings up a very important thing, and that is, hey, if your world was so messed up, if you needed a new home and needed help, why didn't you just ask us? We're the Justice League. We're heroes. It's kinda what we do, dude. Brutus reveals that he very easily could have done that, but it's not his style or in his character. In fact, he was akin to a leaguer himself in this world before everything went sidewise, and proving himself is, well, just kind of his bag. I also called Brutus dumb muscle early on, but maybe that's not 100% accurate, as he's the first to clue into the idea, hey, if all the Justice League members are over here right now fighting us, that means we could very easily jump into your world, trap you here, and take over while you're all stuck. I mean, yeah, that doesn't account for like the 6,000 other DC superheroes who would surely try and stop him, but hey, you know what, he's trying to be creative and you gotta give the man credit for that as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Justice League issue number 61, everybody, and once again, Brian Michael Bendis manages to deliver a brief, breezy, fun, and occasionally funny little superhero romp starring the League. Brutus, McMurph, and the other raiders certainly aren't going to be winning any prizes soon for new, deep, complex, terrifying villains, but for once they don't really have to be, as in this story, the actual world itself is the threat to the heroes and not the villains. Not everyone is going to love the more jokey aspects of this story, but for what it's worth, I enjoy getting to see these characters in a different light, and Bendis most certainly offers that. Overall, I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. It's not going to change your life or anything, but I enjoyed it. Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.